Well, I accidentally hit the button, but you're live.
Oh. You cookie? How is everybody today? It's pretty beautiful out today, but we got a lot of wind. So we're kind of being here on the back porch. I'm going to turn my phone on. Okay. Oh, did everybody get to see the eclipse? I mean, wasn't that cool? It was one of those things, you know, that I don't know why it got the press that it did this year. That's because, you know, the one before, I mean, I knew they were having it, but it was no big deal. But this year it really got, you know, it really got a lot of people's attention. And one thing I did know, you know, I've got a pretty good sized family, and one of my little brothers, bless his heart, he passed a couple years ago, but his goal was to see that solar eclipse, and I said he didn't make it that long, but I got to tell you, I was so pleased to look on Facebook. And I said, we all knew, you know, this was his goal, was to see that eclipse. And I said, I was so pleased when I looked on Facebook. And all of his kids had made a point of going out. And I said, they're in Indiana, so they got the full view, full 100%. And they made a point of making a trek to see the solar eclipse. And then they had a little dedication to him online, and like I said, it was on Facebook. It was very, very sweet. And I actually had forgot that he'd said that, you know, years ago, that he was gonna all the plans that he had to watch this solar eclipse. But and I said, I never paid too much attention to that kind of thing, and I was very hesitant and did not get my glasses like I should have. So I couldn't watch. Skippy had the camera on it and everything, but we didn't have, I think we only had like 60% here in Florida, which, you know, that was something, but we didn't have some of the pictures that some of them did. So, you know, cookie, boo-boo? Yeah, there's a cookie. I see my little buddy. He got a haircut yesterday. And I got to tell you, I don't like it. I mean, it's good. It's good for him because of the heat down here and everything. And they needed to cut some of that hair off of him. But oh, they took all his curls off, and he looks so different to me. His color is a lot different too. A lot of the gray is gone. And like I said, he just looks different. I mean, he's still cute as a button, but he just looks a lot different. Mommy just liked his curls. No. But what are y'all doing today? It's a beautiful day here. I mean, really, really, last couple of days it's been really nice here. We've had beautiful weather, and you know, it's been in the 50s and 60s in the morning, and nice, always getting up into the 80s by afternoon, and so it's been beautiful. We're going to get a little bit of a rain tomorrow. I'm not sure how much, but enough that it kind of slowing everything down. But then after that, it goes back to nice weather again. We're into that part of the season where we're getting all the good weather. So I love that part. Yeah. Of course, I don't have a problem with the heat like some people do. No. Like I can go with the 90 degrees all the time. But I know that gets old after a while. And,
You want Buddy's haircut?
Yeah. That's what I said. I'm not crazy about his haircut, but
I don't mind the body part. I just don't think the face and the ears are right.
well, the hair on the ears has to get longer for him to cut it the right way. And I thought it was enough, but I seen what she was doing, and they're not. That's because they cut them straight across, but his hair isn't long enough.
If that's your cookie, he's going to get it.
Well, I give it to him.
Oh.
You want me to break it? Sit. Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
set about right? Looks like it's set too low. Is it?
I don't know. I think it's fine. When you're talking about low. Okay. Let's see.
By the way, we got some packages over here. I was going to do this last week. I got them over here. But we had guests last week, and we got to rambling and talking. I forgot all about it. So I got some emails from a couple of people wanting to know about these packages. Well, we did get them. Just so you in mind, if you send something, it's not that we don't appreciate it. We do. It's just that we don't go to the post office every day. Sometimes we don't get to the post office, but once every, at the most, I would say once a month. And that's when we give that magazine away. She takes it down to the post office to mail it. While she's there, she checks the post box. So if something comes in the day after she does that, it'll be at least a month before we even get down there.
I try to go every week, but I don't always.
Yeah, we don't never. And then once we get the packages, it doesn't mean we're going to open them right away to do a video, because I might be editing the news. That takes 3 days. I might be having a dentist appointment, which I did here not too long ago. So I was sore for 2 or 3 days, and I don't really want to do much of anything when that happens. All kinds of things in life come up, so it just takes a while sometimes to get to it. By the way, I got the settings set on this. If you're not subscribed, your comments will not show up.
Oh,
and you have to be subscribed. I set it this time for 10 days. So you can't go subscribe now and make a comment. If you're not subscribed for at least 10 days, your comments won't show up.
Okay. Elaine says, hi, Skip and Sue from New Jersey. I'm waiting in accounting office to do taxes.
I thought it was New Jersey.
I don't know. I'm waiting in accounting office to do taxes. I have you on mute, but watching until I go in. We'll watch replay later.
Where's he at?
In New Jersey at the tax office.
What office?
Tax.
Oh. Yeah,
We have to go tomorrow.
Yeah, we got an appointment too, so yeah, I feel your pain.
Yeah. Ann Welter says hello from Minnesota. 60
See,
degrees
there's
right
them
now.
damn red birds back again this year, right there.
Yeah.
You notice that all the mulch that we had in there 8 years ago, every bit of it is gone.
Yeah.
It's because of them birds.
Okay. Yeah. And yeah. Minnesota 60 degrees right now and going to 67, and the sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. You know, it's a beautiful day here, but that storm coming in is kicking up the wind. And that wind, you know, puts our awning in if it gets too high. And I think they said it's supposed to be 30 to 40 mile an hour winds tomorrow. So that's, you know, substantial. And we're not getting all of that right now.
No,
It's a beautiful day.
I stayed in here because we had packages for one to open.
Yeah.
And out there I didn't think it'd be a good place to do it. And it's cloudy, like it could rain. I don't think it will, but
Not
it looks
until
like
tomorrow. That's what they're saying.
it's cloudy now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it could rain. We're getting into that rainy season where you don't know. It's a little breezy, not bad. We could have done this out front, but I just thought for the packages and stuff, it'd be better back here.
Yeah, yeah. And yes, overjoyed it's a puppy cut. Yeah. And they said probably take 2 or 3 times before it would look right. But like I just hated that they cut all his curls off. And he only looks about half his size.
He's a different color.
Yeah, he is. It took the color.
All the black he had on him is gone.
Yeah, that's all gone. And let's see.
And he don't like gone. Get cut.
Well,
He
none
come-
of them do.
Last time he went up there and got cut, I swear to God, I think they drugged him. Because he came home, he was the quietest he's ever been. He walked in his own cage, and he laid in there and slept for hours. And then this time he come home, he wasn't that bad,
Yeah.
but you could just tell he just don't like going.
He was traumatized, yeah, by it. That's something different for him, and that's why they didn't do it all at one time. But I don't know. So I may take the scissors to you myself next time. Don't chew on that. Let's see. Oh, Kevin says, hi, buddy. JB says, Indy is cool and cloudy as usual. Blah weather. Well, yeah.
Well, it's springtime up there, so you'll have a good day, then a bad day, then a good day, then a bad day, and then all of a sudden it'll be 90.
Overjoyed said USPS doesn't deliver packages to your home. It depends on the packages.
If you mail them to my P.O. box, they're never going to come to my house.
Yeah.
And the reason why we put the P.O. box on there is because I don't want every Tom, Dick, Whipstitch to have my home address. There's a bunch of nutballs out there.
Hey, wrestler.
You know, but if I know you from here, we get to know you, and you can talk to a lot of people on my Discord if you're a Patreon member, and they'll all tell you the same thing. Once we get to know you a little bit on here, and I recognize your name, even though we haven't met you in person, we don't have any problem when you come down to visit us and you'll send me an email. I will not do this to a comment, but if you send me an email, we'll give you our home address. We'll give you our cell phone numbers, and we'll meet you for lunch or whatever you want to do. So we do it, I won't say all the time, but we do it quite a bit.
Yeah. Yes.
I still get them once in a while, though, where somebody say, boy, in your video, I seen your house address. And I just like, so?
Yeah, and I know how dangerous it is.
The address means nothing. You ain't got a street name.
Wow.
It could be 1677 Aviato Way.
Yeah, I used to get this alert over here. I used to get her mail all the time.
Right there, it even says so, right there. They should all got the same warning I got.
Yeah.
So I turned on the subscribers only.
Okay.
Only channel subscriber, 7 days. Only 7 days or longer can send messages. Okay. I do that just to remind people that everybody says they're subscribed. And there's a certain percentage of you out there, I know you think you are, but YouTube makes changes. They make upgrades, updates, all this and that. And when they do that, there's a certain percentage of people that get kicked off. And you don't check. Because not everybody watches these videos every week and every week. They just skip around. So the video I talked about saying check, they may not even saw that video. So doing it this way, if they come to these things, this shows you whether you're subscribed or not.
Okay. Patrick says Melanie and I will be there in May. Well, give us a jingle when you get down here, Patrick. And I met somebody yesterday when I was going to pick up Buddy. They were going down the sidewalk, and before I took him in, I always let him walk a little bit before he goes in. And
So he could poop.
well, yeah, kind of. And they recognized him. Yeah. And they said, "We know you." And it was the people with the British accent. Can't think
The
of their
ones
name.
that came by the house once?
Yeah, I know we've had lunch with them. I can't remember. But anyhow.
We met some British people up in Lake Sumter once. They gave me a golf thing
Yeah.
from England, which I still have it. I keep all that good. I really do. I keep all that stuff. And then they came by in a golf cart, which I think was the same people, and they sat out here on the front porch for a while.
Yeah, I think so.
Is that who they were?
I think
or
so.
was it
Because
Petey?
they live here now.
Maybe it's Petey.
Well, I don't think so. I think it was the people that come by in the golf cart.
Oh, could be. Okay. Yeah. Well, if it is, hey.
That was very sweet. But they said they seen when we was going up to get Buddy, because I told them, I said, this is our new puppy. But they said they...
Okay, I want to make sure that
okay.
mics were working, because you didn't ask, did you?
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Totally Cruz, really something to say. We didn't see much here. I did a video. You guys ain't seen it here. I put it on Patreon. I put my filter on the camera.
It's his nap time.
And I set it out there and let it run. And then I came in. I had like, I don't know, an hour of video. But I edited it down like 8 minutes of when it actually started and when it ended. And I didn't really see much on there. I pointed everything out and showed it to you, even with the filter on there. All it really looked like to me was, and I know what you're going to say, but still, what it looked like to me was two planets, millions of miles apart, crossing the path, but the sun was so bright that you really didn't see the dark out part. I mean, if you look really close to the video, you could see the dark out part, but there was so much light coming around, because we got like 65%, I think, here. And so it was so bright that you didn't really see a whole lot, but I thought it was kind of interesting.
That's what the filters was for, and that's what the dark glasses is for, because just looking at the sun, you really couldn't see anything because it's still too bright. But if you had the dark glasses in, then you could see the difference. It did get dark here, a little darker, but not a lot, I don't think. And Overjoy says, I'm in as a general rule USPS package delivery. Was wondering how they handle it there. Do they have an attended mail station?
If they mail it to your house, it goes to your mail station. If it's packages like these sizes here, they'll just put a key in your box and have a number on it. And on the other side of the postal station are bigger boxes, and that key will open up the box that has the big packages in it. But if you mail it to my P.O. box, this is not a P.O. box here. This is a mailing address. The P.O. box always goes to a post office box that we pay for, and it stays there until we pick it up.
Yeah, but it's outside of the villages,
Yeah.
so. But, yeah. That's what she said. She wanted to know if it was attended or they just drop your packages near your mail
Now,
station.
if you've been here before and if you have my home address, don't post it. But if you got my home address, yeah, mail it here, and we can pick it up right up there. But if you don't, you have to send it to the P.O. box.
But yeah, our mail station is attended most of the day. They come early in the morning, like 7 o'clock, to pick up your outgoing mail, and then there's somebody in there until like 2:30 in the afternoon here, I think. And
Oh,
but they pretty much they have it posted when they're going to be there and everything. So yeah, like I said, you have a post office box here, or mail station here, and then like I said, when you have something that's too big for the mailbox, then they have bigger boxes that they just put a key in your regular mailbox, then you use that key to open the big boxes to get your packages out of.
Ed said it's been raining a lot in Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, I was talking to Restaurant Mania. I don't remember when it was, but they got a lot of rain over there around Hershey, Pennsylvania. A lot, to the point where I think he said it flooded his basement. He's got an electric furnace, and it even got up into that. And he's on here. He's one of my moderators. By the way, thanks all you moderators for showing up. So I don't know if he got it fixed or not. I know he was working on it or had a guy coming to look at it. So yeah, they had a lot of rain over there too.
Yeah.
I can relate to that. We had a house in Hartford that nice house. I didn't have a problem with the house, but we had a basement, and it's really my first house I ever had with the basement. It's a love-hate relationship. I liked the basement for a lot of reasons. I hated the basement for a lot of reasons. One is we had the old cinder block type basement. So whenever it rained a lot, cinder block is not waterproof, and the water would trickle in to the basement. We had drywall in the basement, and we had to have the drywall replaced at least once because it sucks it up like a sponge.
Yeah. Renee Gonzalez says, we got our lifestyle visit planned in June. We are so excited. Yeah, that'll be, if it's your first time visit, it'll be something. I know you'll love it. Yeah.
It'll be 112 in the shade in June. I'm kind of, but it'll be hot.
Yeah. But if you're in the air conditioning, you don't notice.
They're not coming down here to sit in the house.
I wasn't talking about them.
Oh, yeah, for us, but for people like them coming down to look around, they're going to look at houses, they're going to go to the squares, they're going to do all this stuff. They're going to be one big drench of sweat.
Well, I said dress appropriately and you'll have a ball. Overjoy just said some people may have eBay businesses and wondered if USPS has mail pickup and delivery to individual homes.
Speaking of that, what did I have the other day? I was sending back to Amazon,
Yeah.
and they had a thing on there I've never seen before saying,
UPS.
Huh?
UPS.
That's what you were just talking about. Did you just say UPS?
No.
What'd you say?
USPS.
Oh, I don't know about that. But anyway, Amazon had a thing on there. I was sending it back. If you've sent packages back to Amazon, you know what I'm talking about. Usually it's a thing, you print off a barcode thing, and you take it over to the UPS, you drop it off, and that's the end of it.
And our UPS has been, there's always a line.
Always. Well,
Yeah,
in the
always
wintertime
line.
especially.
Yeah.
But this time there was an option on there said I could do that. I can't remember all the options, or free UPS pickup. I've never had that before, so I thought, what the heck? I'm gonna see what that is. So we clicked it. Very next day, UPS comes to the house, has a receipt, picks up our package, and I thought, I like that.
Yeah, you didn't even have to print a return.
No.
They did it when they put it on the package for return. It was very, very,
Convenient.
and it's great for me because a lot of the packages I can't handle. They're too big for me, too heavy to handle for me. And I didn't know they had that option. And I don't know if it's on everything or just certain
I don't know if
things.
that's an experiment. That's the first time I'd seen it, and I used it, and it worked, and I hope it's there all the time. I hope I never have to send anything back, but when I do, I just hope it's there.
Yeah, well.
Minnesota, 60 degrees, going to 67. That's good for them.
Yeah. Hey, Keys. You bet. I love this mug. Yeah, William says that pickup truck's finally gone from the Soaring Eagle softball field. Yeah, we had somebody tell us last week.
I don't know, somebody sent
But
an
they
email.
paved that parking lot. I was down through there a couple weeks ago, and they paved that parking lot, and I think that's why it disappeared. But I don't know where it went to, or how come it disappeared. But I did notice it was gone. Oh, John and Jane.
They just very simply don't enforce rules here. They just don't. I mean, the complaint-based neighborhoods, if that's what it forces them to do something on that. But when it comes to Rohan and management here to enforce rules, if it goes against their saying of Florida's friendliest hometown, it ain't going to get done.
Anyhow, John and Jane says, "Hi guys, we enjoy porch sitting." Well, thank you very much. Patrick says it was so cool to watch Eclipse here in Cleveland. I bet it was, because I said my brothers sent me pictures, and you got to see from Indiana, they got to see the total eclipse, and they sent me pictures, and it was so cool. And I forgot that about my little brother, making that one of his goals, is he wanted to see that eclipse. And I just thought it was so sweet that every one of his kids made a point to do that, and they took pictures and had a little memorial for him, and I just thought it was really sweet.
John Keller says they're driving home in the cart from pickleball.
Oh.
Are you watching me on your cell phone while driving a cart? Or maybe it's his wife. She's probably sitting over there.
Yeah. Elizabeth said we had 94% in Chicago. I had the glasses, not too much as a lighting change during the eclipse. Well, I was watching on TV, I was watching Lester Holt was at the Indy 500 track. And they let people onto the track just for the eclipse. And I don't know how long they made him wait outside, but he was broadcasting at the time that they let him on the track and everything. And I looked to see if I seen anybody that I noticed that I'd recognize, but I didn't. But it was kind of cool because you could actually see the difference in how light it was and how dark it got. Same way, I think Al Roker was in Mexico. And I said you could actually see the whole area where all these people were sitting waiting for this thing, and you actually see it get dark. And I said then in a few minutes, the sun was back. It was just, it was cool.
I was watching an RV channel there a while ago, and they come from Michigan. And they were going down I-65 from northern Indiana down to Indianapolis. They were wanting to find a campground anywhere down through there where they could stop and watch the eclipse. And he was just on there talking, says, we went ahead and came on down to Tennessee to our property down here. They said every campground from northern Indiana all the way down to the southern part of Indiana was 100% completely full. They could not even find a spot to park. Yeah. So they went to Harvest Toast, which we do Harvest Toast. I like Harvest Toast.
Yeah.
Harvest Toast, completely full. There was nowhere to go. He said, other than a Walmart parking lot, and they're not big on doing things like that. So apparently that eclipse up there was a big deal.
Yeah, they had so many people going there. And I was, when I first seen online, I seen that different places were selling tickets for parking spots. I thought, that's crazy.
Well, she said that. She said, yeah, some farmers opened their fields up for like a $10 a night fee or something like that. No hookup or anything. It's all boondocking so they could park and watch the eclipse.
Yeah.
I just thought, maybe it's just me, but in my lifetime, this is probably at least 6 or 7 eclipses that I know about. This is not a rare thing that they keep talking about.
Well, the thing is, we're not going to see the next one.
We know when they're going to happen.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with anything, but we know when this is going to happen. Yeah. We know when the next one's going to happen. I think I've seen it on TV where a guy said it'll be 2035.
45.
45 is the next eclipse.
Depends on where you're at. I think in South Africa it could be 35.
Yeah, it all depends on what the track's going to be. Well, what if the track is, say, from, I don't know, California to Quebec? Does that mean every campground from California to Quebec is going to be full?
It could be. Yeah, that's why I say I don't understand the
I think Americans are so bored.
No, I just don't understand the media with this one. I mean, everybody knew about it. The last one, I mean, we knew it was coming, but it was no big deal and didn't make a point of seeing it, or most people didn't. And this one, they really hyped it. And so I'm not really sure why. But, I mean, it was cool. And just, just like he said, my brother did not realize that he wouldn't be around to see it. He'd intended to see it. He did not realize he wouldn't be around. because he was a lot younger than me, and he died of COVID. But yeah, it was one of those things where he made all these plans to see this eclipse, and had told his kids all about it and everything. So things happen, you know. Hey, Vic, welcome back. Where you been? Or are you saying welcome back to the Rizzos?
Huh?
I don't know whether he was saying he was saying welcome back to the Rizzos, because the Rizzos are back now.
Oh, they?
Yeah.
Did it finally get warm enough up here for him?
Yeah. He had enough of the ocean.
Just in case you guys don't know, he has a home here. This is called his summer home. And when it gets cold in the winter, he can't stand it here. He goes back down to Key West.
Oh, they go down there and take care of business. It's not just the weather.
Yeah, I'm just telling you what he told me.
Okay. Okay. Let's see.
You want a cookie?
And Vic says, "Oh, Skip, it's going to be 92. It just feels like 112." Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. In you
It's
know,
just the
in
humidity.
June,
The humidity's
yeah, the humidity be up, and yeah. Riz says, "I wonder if I can claim volunteer moderator work on my income taxes." I don't know. I wish I could do that. I haven't asked, but I got a feeling that we're not going to be happy this year. Somebody else told me what they had to pay in taxes, and it kind of scared me.
Well, they change these rules from one year to the next, and they make them proactive. So you can set your taxes. It's happened in my trucking company all the time. You set your trucking company up with deductions and everything, but your tax advisor tells you what to do and how to do it for what the rules are at that time. And then all of a sudden, 1 month before taxes are to be due, they change it. And then it messes up your whole thing.
Oh, John Keller says there's love bugs on our windshield. Oh my goodness, that's early. Yeah, they ain't supposed to be here till May. But, you know, who knows? Nobody knows why they're here anyhow. Jerry Harris says, hello, everyone. Overjoyed says,
Wrestler says, wait, Skip was talking about nutballs meeting up. Then Sue said, hi, Wrestler. What's that all about? Hey, I got nothing to do with that.
Overjoyed says, I've had free UPS return for defective items or not as described items from Amazon. Huh? Well, I've never seen that before. I mean, I know it's free, but I'm for them to pick it up at the house. I mean, I could take it up to the UPS store, yeah, and they return it for free.
Well, the option on Amazon is what I'm talking. That option was never there. That was something new last time.
And it may just be for certain things. I don't know.
I don't know, but anyway, It was there, and I liked it, and I don't know if it's still there. That's the last time I sent anything back, and that was probably a month ago.
Yeah. Mark C. wants to know if we ever considered moving to a different house in the Villages. Just about every other week. We've always talked about, you know, this one wasn't the ideal home that we when we bought it, and we had a reason for buying it, but we've always wanted some extra things like the golf cart garage. You've heard Skip say that a million times. He'd like to have that golf cart garage, and I'd like a different design kitchen because I need more cabinets. But you know, we decided that with the prices going up the way they did and everything, and we really, I mean, we have a 3-bedroom house and it's a 2-car garage. I mean, we're not hurting here any.
I like the way some of the design is here.
And we love our neighborhood. We do love our
The
neighborhood.
location and everything.
Yeah.
It's just perfect for us.
Yeah, and so we decided instead of spending that money on another house, you know,
And you may get neighbors that are wackos.
yeah.
You may get neighbors that are sexual offenders. You could move into a neighborhood that 90% of the neighborhood is all rental homes.
Yeah.
All kinds of things can go wrong.
And we've got wonderful neighbors, and like I said, we love the location and everything. So we thought, why spend that money on another house? You know, now if one would come up, it would be the ideal home, you know, and we'd both agree on it, which that never happens. But yeah, we would probably move on. But otherwise, you don't see the point. I mean, this is perfectly nice right here. No.
Well, and it's paid for.
Yeah, and it's paid for.
Listen, I've learned, in my mind, anyway, people's always saying, how much do you need to retire? How much do you need to retire? Let me put the question to you in a different way. How much debt do you have before you retire? Get rid of it, and then don't worry about it.
Okay. Oh, Vic said he'd been in Portugal for a month. Wow. Well, that's
Portugal?
That's a great trip. I would like to see Portugal and Spain.
Where in the hell is Portugal? Really?
It's overseas.
On top of my head, I can't picture where Portugal is. Is that in South America?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Next to?
The South.
Next to Brazil? Argentina?
I don't know. I'd have to get out a map.
Because Argentina right now is becoming like the next best destination for America.
And paper towels on the.
What you looking for?
That paper towel that's laying there. It's underneath.
Buddy, you're not getting that. Get over here.
It says a glass top on the table there, and he's seeing the paper towel from underneath. I have a time when I go to do anything because he wants to steal my paper towels. It takes me 20 minutes to get my socks on in the morning. Let's see. Kevin has to go to the doctor. He says, have a great day.
Someone said they were charging as much as $80 to park in some places in downtown Cleveland, Ohio during the total eclipse.
That's why I said when I first seen them, they were talking about parking spaces for the eclipse up there. I thought, gee, that's nuts.
That's the American way, though, man. You take advantages of it, anything you can. During the Indianapolis 500-mile race that nobody ever reports, everybody that lives in Speedway rents out parking spaces in their front yard.
Yeah.
So you got cars driving up on the sidewalk into people's yards, and they've been arguing about it for years that that's illegal. But Speedway doesn't do anything about it because there simply is not enough parking around the Speedway to put everybody that goes to that race. And that race is like the #1 moneymaker in all of Indianapolis area.
Oh, we got a super sticker. I'm lost here. Let's see.
Look at this dumbass.
He's trying to figure out, like he's looking through the bottom of the glass trying to figure out how to get that paper on top. Okay.
Hey, get down, get down.
He's fine, don't bother him.
Hey! No.
Now, why am I?
Here, go lay down. Come here.
Okay.
Come here. 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 Come on. Get over there. Get in there.
Oh, well, glad you got to make that trip, Vic. And I said, that sounds really cool. I said, I'd like to go to Portugal and Spain just because I love the artwork down there. Yeah, Ron 5850 at a cent.
$10 super chat.
Thank you, Ron.
Appreciate it, buddy.
And Wrestler says in Erie, Pennsylvania, the Eclipse was 100%. Stories are the cheapest hotel rooms were starting at $500. Rates all went up from there. Yeah, I say it's unbelievable. That's what I say. I don't know why this one was so different for everybody because there was one in 2017.
So I don't understand it either.
And I don't know.
People just go crazy over silly stuff. Look for an excuse to get out. Really. I can remember the days where whenever they talked about a new movie, they always would advertise these new movies months before they actually would be released in a movie theater. And when it come time for that movie to be released, you'd go to the movie theater and literally, in Indianapolis anyway, you had to buy these tickets online weeks ahead of time to guarantee to even go in and see the movie, or there would be a line that went down the sidewalk. It would just stretch the scene forever. Same thing about the new iPhones when they would come out. They used to have fights. People would put tents up out in the parking lot and sleep overnight in the parking lot to be first in line to get that new iPhone coming out. Yeah. I just think that's nuts.
Yeah. John Keller says 3 Sumter County motorcycle cops cruising Hillsborough Trail with radar. Yeah, I have seen them more often. For some odd reason, I haven't. Could be because Bike Week is coming up. Bike Week in Leesburg, and I think that's in the next
Thought
week
they
or
already
two.
had that.
No, it's in the next week or two, I think so. But that could be, or it could be they're just increasing their presence here. I know I've seen them a lot more in the southern end.
It's not in South America.
it's in Europe.
Says Portugal is next to Spain.
Yeah, in Europe.
Well, I said is South America. You said
I
yeah.
just said south. Yeah.
See, this is where I get confused. She gives me the wrong info.
Well, without a map in front of me, I'm not sure. But like I said, those two are the places I'd like to see. And yes, and thanks, Ron. That's very sweet of you. And Vic has to go. And Amy says, location is everything. Glad you're happy where you are for sure. We are, and I said, there's nothing wrong with this house. You know, we could have a bigger house. And I said a lot of the things that go with it, but kind of what's the point? At my age, I don't want to clean anymore. I don't want to clean what I got. So like I said, getting a bigger house and all, why that wouldn't be a plus for us. So like I said, you know, never say never if we should happen to run into that perfect house.
Agent K says, for some people, iced oatmeal cookies work better than prune juice.
Yeah. Yes.
Overjoyed says, I used to line up for the iPhone. It was a thing. It must have been because I had gone to work sometimes or coming home from work when these little things would happen. I could go by a store, and there they was. Tents, parties, people, just, they were everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, we camped out overnight for something. I don't remember what it was now.
General Motors to get in the application line for a job.
Yeah, when we were
Yeah.
young, we camped overnight to get applications for General Motors. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Back in the day when they actually had an employment office.
don't do that. Don't. No biting. No biting. But yeah. Overjoyed says she'd be afraid to buy in this economy with the present housing prices unless I could buy for cash and don't care about losing equity. Yeah, that's
Guy told me, or a lady told me,
no.
that it doesn't make any difference what the price of houses are. It all cancels itself out. And in a lot of ways, I agree with that. Because our price of houses went up here, wherever you're from, price of houses went up there too. So what your house used to be worth, say, 5 years ago, is probably doubled that today. Houses here doubled, so it's all, you know, come see, come saw.
Yeah, and then we never worried about losing equity here, so. But okay.
Jerry
Yeah,
said, my husband wants a bigger house, but he won't be cleaning it.
That's what I said. You know, I mean, a bigger house would be nice. I would love to have more cabinet space, but I tell you what, I got the closet space here that some of these bigger houses don't have. So, you know, I'm really not complaining too much about that. But I would like to have some kitchen cabinets. We're
I say buy less.
fixing to do that soon.
You know, it's just like the camper. I mean, the guy a long time ago, because when you got an RV, I don't care what it is, you're really limited on space, how much you can store. We've seen a big difference between our Class A and this Class C. Huge difference. So we go through it once in a while. I say, what's this Blackstone in here? I got that for cooking outside. We've had it for 2 years. We've never used it. Still in the box. Guess what? It goes out. All the arguments in the world saying why we need it, it's out. We're not using it. I asked a guy at one time who's been camping for years. I said, how many plates do I need? How many coffee cups do I need? He said, how many are you? I said, there's 2 of us. He said, you need 2 of everything. I said, what if you have guests? Tell them bring their own. And he's right.
Well, I didn't go that far, but yeah.
I look at our cabinet in here. We must have, and I kid you not, 25 coffee cups. How many coffee cups do I need in this house?
I don't know. Till I throw them out, you're going to need all of them. But yeah, I tend to overdo on a lot of stuff, but get over it. Overjoyed says, I don't get it either. A friend of hers drove 700 miles to Indiana to watch it. I got a better view watching the live NASA feed. Yeah, that's what I watched it on TV.
Here, open one of these packages.
Oh, okay.
Who's that from? Casey Kane, Texas City, Texas. Never heard of it.
Texas City, Texas.
Casey Kane, TCB Specialties.
Okay.
I guess that's what
So,
it's from.
so we're going to open a package from Casey or Cassie?
Who?
Casey or Cassie? Keen.
Says Casey, Cassie, Casey. Boy, that eye
Or
operation.
Cassie.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. And
I
don't
would
tell me about
pronounce
my
it
eye
Casey.
operation.
Maybe it is Cassie. I don't know.
But we're going to open it. Now, I know somebody, well, we'll wait. See what's in the package.
Who is that?
Oh, we got T-shirts.
Says something on there. What does it say?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, something about the total eclipse.
I bet we were supposed to open
We're late
this.
opening that.
Yeah.
Buddy boy. 2024 total solar eclipse through the eyes of NASA.
Cool. I don't know if you can see the design on that. It is really cool. Well, thank you, Cassie, or Casey. We're not sure which, but that is really cool. Jeez. Through the eyes of NASA. Well, you know, I watch all the rockets that they launch. I said we can see them a little bit here, not a whole lot, but a little bit. And I like the night ones.
I like the night flights.
I can see them better. I did see two, or maybe one last week and one this week of daytime shots, which were pretty nice. But in the daytime, mostly all you can see is the white trail, like you get from jets. You can see that, and then you usually see one maybe like a burn, like a
burn.
flare.
Flare.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
when they
and not like
separate.
you.
That's when they separate.
And
When the rocket goes up, they separate. They have stages. So when this stage comes out, it blows up.
yeah, well, I said
what
it.
you're saying.
They had one
It
this
sounds
week.
just
and-
like that too. It goes.
one this week and one
Get down.
last week, and my neighbor said, "Hey, let's go down and watch them live." And I would love to do that, but I know the neighborhood did that once with a bus trip. They took the neighborhood down there on a bus trip to see a live launch, and of course it was postponed.
What is this?
And that must be a letter come with it.
Oh, I think somebody's ordered this, and then the company just sent them straight to us. That's
okay.
who TCB is. Quiet.
Okay. Well, thank you guys. I mean, that's
Yeah, whoever doesn't have a name on it.
it's Cassie or Casey King,
Oh, okay.
and we appreciate it.
What's that? What's he got? Eclipse glasses.
Oh my gosh, and I couldn't watch the eclipse because I didn't have the glasses. Oh, thanks guys, but sorry I didn't have them. I wished I don't know if there's any point in saving them for the next one. I said I ain't gonna be around that long. Oh, but that would have been so cool. I said at the last minute I thought about going up to, somebody said they had them at Lowe's.
Take that. I'll give you that paper.
Yeah, somebody said they had them at Lowe's and it would have been, and I thought as soon as I get up there they're gonna be sold out, so I didn't go. But I wished I had it. But gosh, I should have opened your package earlier.
He sent me, or whoever it was, sent me a thing saying, I want you to open this before probably the eclipse.
April 8th.
But like I said, sometimes I'm in the middle of doing something with the computer and I just can't because I want to video it. And everything's tied up. And so it takes 2 and 3 days. And so I just thought, I was going to open these last week. Like I said, we had a guest and it just got to be complicated. We just forgot. And if these things go over 2 hours, which last week it did, it went 2 hours and 15 minutes. People don't watch for 2 hours. Nobody watches for 2 hours. Except, I'll just say, the true fans, I guess I'll call it.
Yeah.
But the average person will come in and watch 10 or 15 minutes and then they leave. Because at the end of this, I'll check. And even though you only see like 140 or 150 or 160 people watching this, at the end of this, I'll check, there'll be 750 people that's tuned in. But they come in for 10 minutes and they leave. And somebody else comes in and they leave. And
Because sometimes we're boring.
We are boring.
Mr. Marlin says, I have nothing to say today.
Yeah,
Well, we know you're there.
yeah. Well, if you ain't got nothing to say, this show will be ended early.
No, he doesn't have anything to say today.
But if everybody took that same attitude, we wouldn't have nothing to talk about.
Oh,
This show follows your lead. If you don't talk, we have nothing to say.
Ford guy's here. Okay. Bill says, hi, Skip and Sue. We'll be there in a month for my lifestyle visit. Any recommendations or suggestions for a first-timer visiting there? We'll be there for a week. Looking
Visit
to be
all
a
the
full-timer.
squares. There's 3 of them right now. That way you get a good idea which one you like the best. It might give you an idea where you'd want to live. I can't talk about Eastport's because it's not even close yet. Other than that, I guess it would be talk to people. People can tell you their ideas about things and just get as much information as you can while you're here.
Yeah, go down at night when the music's playing and see what they have to offer. Saturdays is farmers market in Brownwood on Saturdays. Take the little boat tour in Lake Sumter. I mean, it's
I think
nothing.
it's closed.
It was while they was working on the bridge. I think
They're redoing the bridge up there, and I think while they're redoing the bridge, the boat thing is closed.
Okay. Well, but
Check on that when you get here.
yeah. Check out Eisenhower Rec Center. If you're a veteran, like I said, that is one of the marvels down here. It really
It's like a
is.
museum.
I mean, they don't spare anything on these rec centers, the major rec centers, but that one in particular is.
And I would
really
say go
unique.
to the sales center in Brownwood too. Even if you're not buying anything, go in there and get a free cup of coffee and a bag of popcorn and just walk around and look inside at how they decorate the sales centers. They don't spare no money there either.
Give me his chickie. Can you reach it?
I'm not reaching over there.
Oh, okay.
He was over there on his own, he could have stayed over there.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Jerry Harris says, my husband wants a bigger house, but he won't be cleaning it. I'm moving to the villages for the lifestyle, not the house. You got it. You want to be able to do other things. And I say, if you spend all your time, now, you know, a lot of the people here have somebody that comes in every other week or so and cleans.
Neighbor across the street does.
Well, just about all of them do. But it's because
No, they don't. I live here too, and nobody around here has house cleaning people coming in every other week.
Oh my God.
The lady across the street does.
Nancy does.
That's one.
The
That's
lady
not,
next to her does.
pfft.
I mean, you know, a lot of people do. Because basically, when you get to a certain age, there's places that you can't get to if you want to clean. You know, cleaning your baseboards is not big on my list because I can't get down there.
They don't make them dirty.
We've been here for 10 years. You think they're not going to get dirty?
When you take a wet mop and you mop it against the door when you're mopping the floor, you're picking up the dirt on the floor and then you're splashing it on the baseboards, and that's how they get dirty. Just like the grout in the tile. That gets dirty from the dirt on the floor because you're wet mopping it, and it takes it, mixes it with water, and it soaks it into the grout.
Okay, Hazel.
That's how it works.
Now that you told me, how do you clean it?
The best way is not to get it dirty.
Ah!
I'm telling you.
So I'll never mop again.
Well, if you want to continue to mop, then what you got to do is you got to call the grout cleaning company to come in here and steam clean your grout. That's how you get it clean.
And I do steam clean the floor. But like I said, there's things that you can't do. Like I said, doing
you
the
can get a
windows.
toothbrush.
We get somebody to do the windows. Like I said, the lanai windows anyhow. And like I said, there's different things like that. Like I said, if you get to a certain age, you don't want to do that stuff. And like I said, it's dangerous for you to do it. Climbing up on bushes. He doesn't climb to take care of these bushes anymore. I hire somebody to do it. Because after a while, it's too dangerous for you to do that. And,
It wasn't the climbing or anything about bushes. It was the heat.
yeah.
You don't realize how heat, when you get to a certain age, just sucks it right out of you.
Yeah.
And you're out there in that heat. Sometimes it would take me, even when I mowed this little yard myself, it would take me sometimes 3 days. Because I'd mowed to the point where I just almost felt like I was going to fall down.
Yeah.
And then I'd come in here and sit down, and because you're exhausted, you fall asleep. Then you get up. And you know, it's too late now, I'll finish the rest tomorrow. You know, and tomorrow just never gets there.
Yeah. Oh, well, you know, it's one of those things. But
And then we found Pedro that'll mow the yard like $40 a month. I thought, what the hell am I doing? I was spending that probably in almost half of that in gas to go in the lawnmower.
yeah. And so, it's one of those things. It's and a bigger house wouldn't be any different. So we can go to a smaller one, we'd still have the same problem. There's just some things when you get to a certain age you don't want to do. So.
No, but if you got a smaller house like a patio villa like we had before, the maintenance part of the house is a lot cheaper. Your water bill for watering the grass is like almost nothing because your yard is like almost nothing. And the idea of washing the house is like just nothing because it ain't that big.
Okay.
Cleaning the inside of the house is like nothing because the way they're designed, they're not that big. And even if you hire somebody to paint the house, it doesn't cost near as much on the square footage because everybody charges about a square footage. So it doesn't take near as much to paint the house. But even at that, Sue painted our house there because it's just not that big.
Yeah.
Even though I think our master bedroom in the patio villa was bigger than the master bedroom we got here.
But we didn't have the tall ceilings.
But we didn't have tall.
Yeah, and I can't do
Really?
that. So, hey, Jerry, glad you made it. He says, can you hear me now? Don't bite.
Wrestler says he's got a cleaning lady at his house too. Her name's Luann.
Yeah. Yeah, we have somebody that does the yard, but we don't have anybody that cleans the house. Figure that. But, yeah, Overjoy says if I went RVing, I would only use paper
That's
plates
kind
and
of the way I thought
plastic
about
cups.
buying my first dishwasher. Somebody says, you got to get a dishwasher, got to get a dishwasher. That's the new thing now. I'm going back when dishwashers were kind of invented. And I said, you got a left hand, you got a right hand, dishwasher's fine.
I remember what your mom said. Yeah. But yeah, paper plates and paper cups, plastic cups, yeah, those work fine in the RV. But, sometime in the morning I want to sit down, I want to have a cup of coffee in my mug. I don't want a plastic cup. But yeah, you don't need a whole lot in the RV now. And I said, we eat out a lot when we're traveling. We don't eat
Almost
a lot.
exclusively, really.
Because cooking in the RV
Heats
heats it up. And I said, down here, the
That's
weather
why I
stays.
like those microwave things, the freeze-dried microwave stuff.
Yeah.
Because they don't heat the camper up. They're simple and easy. I don't know what they cost, but actually they don't taste bad either.
Yeah, and that's.
By the way, I'm going to do a food review on TV dinners because they don't make them like they used to. Sue, I wanted one with chicken. Sue says they don't even make a TV dinner anymore with chicken. And I mean, not fake chicken, man-made chicken. I'm talking about chicken with a bone in it, like a chicken leg.
And they don't make them with a bone in it anymore. And
I find that remarkable.
They do have them, but it's not with a bone in them. And I said, I haven't found them anywhere. Jerry Harris said, nice shirt. Jerry and Linda were seeing the same shirt. They said they loved him.
What shirt? Oh, yeah?
Cool, we'll have to get together and wear them at the next Eclipse. Okay, let's see. Kyle Reed. Hello, folks. Yes, I have 2 hands and 45 forks.
Tony
50
Marfiano
spoons.
says the NASA shirts, a gift from Tony and Dina. So I guess Tony Marfi, I'm pronouncing that name wrong, Marfiati.
Yeah.
So apparently they're the ones that sent it to us,
Oh, okay.
Tony and Dina.
Well, thank you, guys.
Well, thanks, Tony. Dina? We weren't sure what, well, we read what it said, so
Yeah.
appreciate it. Sorry I got them late. That's me.
Or maybe those are supposed to go to somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, Kyle Reed says he has 2 hands, 45 forks, 50 spoons, and 645 butter knives.
It's crazy, ain't it? It's nuts. And really, and in our camper, I mean, you guys might, I don't know how you are about things, but I'm just as happy having nothing but a paper plate, and because then the cleanup is easy. Trash bag, you're done.
Yeah.
There's no washing dishes. It saves water. And in the camper, you got to save water.
Oh,
So
Ira Miller was wearing the same shirt live on Monday.
Ira got a shirt too. Good Lord.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't have all the Eclipse here. It was just a partial. Jerry Harris says, I was outside and I could tell a difference in Venice. No real eclipse. Yeah, it was just like I said, the sun is so bright. Like I said, you don't want to look at it, period. Whether there's an eclipse coming on or not, you don't want to look at it. And I even had sunglasses on, and I still don't look directly at the sun. But that's the only way you really could have seen the passing of it. And like I said, and the area around you got dark. And I said, we didn't get the whole eclipse, so it didn't here, but it got a little darker. It got to the point to where it looked kind of crappy outside, but it didn't really get dark.
Well, Jerry Harris, I can tell you that if you want to hire a cleaning person, part-time or whatever, there's 100 of them around.
Yeah.
Most of them are people that live here, and they clean houses for like extra money for whatever the reasons are. So a lady across the street, I think that cleans this house over here, I think she lives here. And she just comes over in her SUV, and the back of it's got all the stuff she needs. And I don't know what she does over there. I think that the cleaning service, it depends. Do you want the whole house cleaned? Do you want just the kitchen done? Do you want them to mop your floors? I think it's a series of things that depends on the price.
Yeah. And, you know, they have a whole list, so, you know, you get an idea of what they do. And there's several of them that get a lot of feedback on the neighborhood sites. And like you can tell which ones people really like, which ones they don't care for, that kind of thing.
Me, I get mine done really, really cheap. Anything happens to Sue, I'm just going to call Judy P. and just tell her to come over and clean my house.
Yeah. I mean, I know what she'll tell you.
She'll do what I tell her.
I can see that. Okay.
Wonder if she's on here. I'm paying attention. She might be listening and not talking.
I think she was on a trip today.
Oh.
Yeah, Kelly B. said some of us have to go back to work and can't watch the entire. Some of them are taking a break and watching it at work. And
I've been complaining. I'm just explaining why or how things work. That's all. Don't take it personal.
don't do that. Pirate Harry K says, hey, I watch you most of the time on the TV. Larger screen, so I don't text, but I'm watching.
I don't blame you. I watch all my YouTube channels on TV. I need to get a new TV too, because the TV I've got in the office in there that I watch most of my YouTube channels on, that TV is a plasma. How many years has it been since plasma was the in TV?
Oh God, I don't know.
It's heavy as hell. I need to take it down and get one of these newer ones. And the thing is, they've made things so complicated anymore. I mean, the brand names. Do you get a Sanyo? Do you get a whatever? And then they got them also where you can get a TV that's got Google in it or something. You can get one with Fire Stick, and you can get another one that's Roku. I just want a smart TV that I can just, you know, click on the app and go watch whatever I want to watch. I don't understand all this goofy stuff.
Yeah.
I understand the Fire Stick because I've got the portable Fire Sticks that you plug them in, so I know what that is, and I'm good with it. I know what Roku is actually, because Sue has a Roku TV out here in the living room. It seems to work okay. My biggest complaint with Roku, and why I won't get another one, is I don't like the controller. It's rounded on the bottom. It just doesn't fit the hand right. And then there's the buttons on the side. And if you don't...
Of all complaints, it doesn't fit your hand right.
It doesn't. And if you don't watch it, when you hit the TV, she's done it. You hit one of them buttons and not even know it. Next thing you know, you got no volume or something acts goofy. And it's because you hit these little buttons on the side and you can't even see them, really. They're just there.
Yeah.
So I don't like it.
I had that problem the other day. I hit mute by mistake. And I didn't know where the button was to turn it off.
So I don't like the Roku. Yeah. I don't mind the Roku TV. I just don't like the remote control. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, Rizzo says Hazel is your new nickname. Yeah, anybody that remember Hazel. Yeah. But yeah, we don't have a cleaning lady. Yeah, you can tell too.
What?
I don't have a cleaning lady.
Buddy would just follow them around and chew at their mop.
Yeah, I have to put him in his crate when I go to clean the floor. He's impossible. He hates the broom. He hates the mop. He gets so upset that I can't do anything. So, yeah, Tony Merrifield said, yeah, the NASA shirts are a gift from Tony and Dina. Well, thank you, honey. You know, we do like them. We're sorry we messed the name up, but we were looking at the name on the package, and it said Cassie Keene. So, I don't know. That must be who it comes from, maybe. I mean, where it was made or something. Jerry Harris says, I'm 55 and probably will have help with cleaning if he wants a big house. Yeah, you know, there's no reason why not. Like I said, if you're if you're capable of paying somebody to help you. Like I said, some of these things are just too dangerous. You know, climbing on a ladder and doing the bushes, or climbing on the ladder and painting the top part of your wall. Like I said, if everybody has a cathedral feelings, they are dangerous. And I said, at a certain age, you just don't want to do that. So there's plenty.
Number
plenty of
one
companies.
cause of people's injury and death over the age of 65 is falling.
Yeah.
Just so you know. And I can say that here, it's true because we've had, I think, 3 neighbors that's died of complications from falling.
Yeah. Okay, Ella Thomas says, hello everyone, a chilly 45 in New York. In the direct path of the eclipse, but it was cloudy, so didn't see a lot. Quick darkness and then light again was something unique to see though. Yeah, it is, like I said, it was memorable. How can I say that? Memorable, yeah. Because it wasn't something that we'd have done.
Here, open up another one.
Now I'm going to be able to open that tape. Come on.
I got a knife.
Oh, okay.
I like this knife. I don't know, where'd you get these knives at? Because they got some of the weirdest knives that I think is great, like that sawed edge one. I
Yeah.
use that all the time.
I know. And I don't remember where I got that one. These come in a kit.
This is from the Maynards. From
Presque Isle.
That's Presque? Presque, Presque Isle.
I think it's Maine.
I didn't even try because I don't even.
I'm guessing.
I don't even want to show how stupid I am.
I think it is anyhow, so.
M.E., is that Maine or is that Massachusetts?
Well, it wouldn't be Massachusetts, but
Maine.
I think it's Maine.
Okay. Ooh, that's a hat.
Oh, cool.
Couple of hats. Ooh, and this, whatever that is.
Okay, well, let's open it and see. Here, where's your handy dandy knife? Be careful with that. That's sharp.
I know.
Freddie sharpened them for me, so. Yeah, that's a certain kind of those steel knives. They used to sell them at craft fairs and what have you. Very nice, very nice.
You guys see that? It says U.S. Border Patrol. Oh, they wouldn't want me there.
Oh, and some patches also.
Yeah, they wouldn't want me there. I'd be standing there going, back, that way. You obviously are lost, that way.
How cool. And then this is,
What is that? Is that some kind of collector thing? Coin?
I don't know.
Collector coin? It says U.S. Border Patrol, Camp Stanley, Quinton, 1944. Van Buren Border Patrol. Does this open up? Yeah, I think it does. Oh,
is it a pin?
it's a collector piece of some kind.
Cool.
Pretty heavy, really.
Yeah. Wow. Can you see that?
I don't know if I can get that up there so you can see it or not. Can you guys see that? Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Here's the back side of it. I can't reach across this table like I'd like to.
Oh, and Tony says,
That'll go in there with my other collectible stuff.
yeah, cool.
Like that golf thing that I got from England.
Yeah. And thank you from the Maynards. That's very, very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I safe to walk around the square with a Border Patrol hat?
Hey, you know, he walked around with the bomb squad hat on.
I don't care.
I see a lot of people do a double take sometimes.
Appreciate it, man. That's cool.
Yeah. Joanne Klein says, I have a cleaning lady. She was supposed to show up today, but she called off sick. Now I have to clean the house. Well, bummer. Jerry Harris says, we're putting in a summer kitchen when we move to the villages, outside cooking to invite the neighbors over. That's great. You know, I mean, a lot of the places here, usually it's the ones on the prairie, the ones along the water that have the outdoor
They have
cooking.
the ones, the $1 million houses, I'll call them.
Yeah.
They have a fabulous outdoor
Yeah, the
kitchen.
one back here that's for sale, the 1.5 million, it's got a beautiful outdoor kitchen. I I'd love to have that. But
I went over to Bresendine's house when he first got it. He invited us golf group over after the game to have a beer out in his lanai, and I didn't realize he had an outside kitchen till we went out there, and man, it was nice.
yeah. Okay. Milan Toombs says, hi, Skip and Sue. William says, I believe we had over 60% eclipse in the villages. Yeah, I think it was 67 actually, 67%, which, you know. Overjoyed says, I'm domestically challenged. Wish I had a housekeeper. Grew up with one, probably why I have difficulty keeping up.
What do they charge? I mean, if you were to call somebody, come in, say, once a month, and like I said, I don't know what they do.
I mean, they have a list of things that they do.
What if you had a whole house cleaned? I want everything cleaned. That's an all-day job. We're talking 8 hours to clean a house, the way I see it.
Yeah, well, just because it takes me that long. But, you know, some of these places, I know Good Job Pro, they have
I think
several people.
I think you'd want to call them when you go on vacation.
Well, like I said, a lot of them have several people that come in and work at one time. They don't just have one person.
The Villages uses that maid company. What's it
Mary
called?
Maids.
Mary Maids.
Yeah.
And when they come in, sometimes it's 2 and 3 vans.
Yeah, well, and like I said, several of them do.
And they come in as a group, and I think each person has a job.
Yeah.
One does a floor, the other one does a cabinet, the other one does whatever. And they're in and they're out, but I don't know how long it takes them to do it, and I don't know what the price is. To me, that's going to be the difference, hiring somebody to clean your house. What if they charge you $500 to clean a house?
They all got websites. And so, you know, if you just want
This
your
lady
windows
across the street
washed-
ain't got no website. That's who you're going to hire. You're going to hire
it's a
some local
friend.
person. If you have a neighbor that cleans house for extra money, that's who you're going to hire.
Well, like I said, you have to decide what you want cleaned. If you want the whole house cleaned, because they have
My
some that
undershorts.
do. Some of them do deep cleaning.
My undershorts.
Some of them do.
I mean,
deep
do they
cleaning.
do laundry? If you call them to clean the house, will they do laundry?
Like I said, they usually have a list of things that they will do, you know. And I said, and they don't do everything, because you could do some of that stuff yourself, unless it's somebody that can't do that. But like I said, they have a list, you know, and they do, you know, on Mondays they do baseboards. On Tuesdays they do windows. You know, it's that kind of thing. They don't always do it all at once. And
maybe,
you say,
I
if you
don't
just
know.
want 2 things done, they'll do that. If you
But people's
want
going to
3
ask
things,
how much. I have no idea.
well, that's what I said. They all have websites. You go and ask. You know, go to the website and it'll give you a list, just like everything else. But anyhow, oh my goodness, hey, and Tony says they've been watching us for quite a while.
Who?
Tony,
I recognize some of the names on here that have been around for a while. I was on.
because he can't pronounce it.
Yeah, I can't pronounce a lot of the names, and you know, and I hate to butcher them up, but I don't know. This is like if you watch the news. Some of the people here from other countries, I try to mention their names the best that I can. I just give up. Finally, I just tell you, the name will be on the video, because I just cannot.
Yeah.
I don't know how. So
Yeah.
it's a struggle down here sometimes to talk to people, because one, they got a real thick accent, and I can't make out what they're saying. Romaldo is from Puerto Rico. He's an American citizen. He's from, right, Puerto Rico?
I don't think so.
I think so. I asked
Peru.
him once. Huh?
Peru?
No, he's from like Puerto
No.
Rico.
Jose's from Puerto Rico.
I'm pretty sure Romaldo's from
Okay.
Puerto Rico. It doesn't make any difference.
One of those southern
But
states.
I put him in the video at the end of the commercial on the news. Matter of fact, he sponsors my news for the whole month of April. I'd like to have some more sponsors, but he sponsored it for the whole month of April. So you'll see him every Friday for a month of April. And if it works out, then maybe he'll sponsor some more stuff later on. But I put him at the end of the video just so you could hear him talk. You can understand him, but for a guy like me with my ears being not as good as they should be, I have to listen hard sometimes, because with their noise in the background and stuff like that, I get kind of lost in the conversation.
Yeah.
So that's who you're dealing with, is him. And I'll be honest with you, he's an honest guy. All his crew, he tells the crew what to do and how to do, and they do it. He's easy to do business with. Some of the driveways I showed you is his own creations. Trust me when I tell you, he's got a book this thick of pictures of all the different driveways he's done, and they're all custom. You can make up your own design. I'm this will sound like a commercial now, but anyway, he is a good, honest guy.
But like I said, he's got one of those last names that I cannot pronounce, and I've
I
tried.
I just know Romaldo.
Yeah, well, and
That's all I can.
But I mean, I've asked him, how to pronounce it, and I just can't pronounce it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But where he's from, he's the same way. I think he thinks that Skip is my last name because he calls me Mr. Skip all the time. I just go along with it.
oh, and Jerry says that she's been watching Skip and Sue for about a year, and they've inspired us to move to the villages. Well, good for you.
Don't blame me for that.
You'll love it, honey. You'll love it here. Kathy B. Hey, Kathy B.
From the 603?
Yeah, it says, hi, Skip and Sue found a rental for winter 2025 in Pennicamp. That's a great area. And if you see the other Skip over there, tell him we said hi.
Isn't that where Kevin Pennicamp, or is he at Buttonwood?
Battenwood.
Oh, he's a Button. Well, that's right next to Pennicamp.
Yeah.
And if you're a pickleball nut, you'll probably see Kevin and them over there because him and his wife both are pickleball nuts.
Yeah. Okay.
That is, if his ankle is healed up. Was his ankle or was his leg? He's playing pickleball and twisted an ankle or something.
I'm not sure which.
One rule about pickleball that I do know, safety rule. Don't back up if you can keep from it. There's more ambulances called on pickleball players because they fell down while backing up.
Yeah. Kathy B in the 603 says, maybe by the time I get back there, the village of Wellpoint will be closer to having homes for sale. Yeah, they're going really quick. Somebody asked me about Shady Brook, and I think they've already got the rec center in the works. I don't know if they're selling houses there. Right now, all that they're advertising is Dabney and Moultrie Creek. That's what they're advertising. That doesn't mean that's all they're selling. They're probably selling the others, but like I said, that's what they're advertising right now. Moultrie Creek is the big deal, and they're trying to sell out Dabney. But when they get to Wellpoint, and I said, I don't think it's going to be too far behind the Shady Brook. I think right after that. So just to keep a watching.
They'll move right along.
Yeah, because they do. They move so fast. Overjoy says, why do they have mannequins on the mezzanines in some of the rec centers? It seems a bit creepy to me. Why not have real people hanging out upstairs? They're advertising there, or not advertising, they're showing the uniforms, the military uniforms. And so they would have to be there, the whole time the place is open.
All them uniforms were donated by people here in the villages that wore those uniforms. Yeah. And they didn't want to throw them away.
But they don't have real people up there because they would have to stay there the whole time they're open.
They don't allow you to go up them stairs. I always thought that was weird. They actually built a rec center, and that's not the only one, that has the climbing stairs that comes around like that. And in none of them are you allowed to climb up there.
Yeah.
Like, why did they even build that?
Okay. Overjoy says, my birds take up all of my cleaning energy. Not that my bird house is that bad, but keeping up with them is a job. Wish I had someone to take care of the rest. And I think, didn't you say you had parrots? And we've had parrots, so I understand. they're a pain to try to clean after.
Parrots can be messy.
Yeah, they can be really messy.
The worst is the minor bird. I had a minor bird once. Got to be the messiest bird. That damn thing would back his butt up to the cage and squirt poop right out on the floor.
Harry K said, if you get new TV with 4K, they got all that in it. I have Samsung, got it at BJ's, love it, got 3 years now, but it's got everything right on the TV. 55-inch for $500. Yeah, and that's why I like the Roku, because it's got everything on there, and you get the Roku channel also. But I didn't have to download like you do some of this other stuff. I just liked it was there.
But when you get the Amazon TV, which is what we got now, or I got, with the stick.
Yeah.
What do they call that? It's a
Fire stick.
The Fire Stick. I get the Amazon channel. Other than that, I don't see the advantage of it. Mm. So when I buy a TV that says with Amazon or with Roku or the other ones with Google, I don't know what Google's got.
Oh, okay. Oh, and Tony says that's one of the owners of the TCB Specialties, that Cassie Keene.
Oh, okay.
One of the owners, so. Okay, well, now we know. Janet Black says, sorry I'm late. Hi, everyone. Well, hello, Janet. How are you?
Seabury
and,
says they got YouTube TV. Well, there's YouTube on, it's just an app. It's on every TV. We have a Roku TV and YouTube's on it. I've got the Fire Stick, YouTube's on it. And a friend of mine, he bought the, I want to say Samsung, whichever one. It's not YouTube or it's not whatever. It just has a whole bunch of apps at the bottom of the TV. And YouTube's on it. So I think YouTube's on like everything.
yeah, yeah.
Did you know that YouTube is the largest news network now in the world?
News. I would never thought of it for news. Meadow 37 said, I wonder why the villages did not build more townhouses and condos. You know, they got a 20-year plan on everything. So, you know, whatever becomes current, which the apartment things is the current thing now, because they're building all the way around us. So I think they thought they would get their piece of the pie when they built the lofts in Brownwood. And that doesn't mean that they won't build more. Because Middleton...
You said townhouses. Lost in Brownwood ain't townhouses.
No, but condos and townhouses.
Last time they built townhouses up at Spanish Springs.
Yeah. But
And the reason why I think they quit is because of maintenance. Because those people there, none of them, you can't hire somebody to mow your grass. You can't hire somebody to paint the outside of your house. You can't hire somebody to replace the roof. It's part of that community. You pay this extra fee per month that handles all that for you. And I think that's the reason why they did away with it.
yeah. Oh, and Phil says, damn, I forgot I'm an hour behind here in Texas. Oh, I didn't know you're still in Texas, Phil.
He's trying to get his dad, I think, to move over
Yeah,
here.
yeah, that's what he told me. He was trying to get Dad to move here too.
His dad's getting up there. I guess he's okay, but he's just getting up there in age.
Yeah. And Emmy is Maine. I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. So. Hey, Uncle Phil, when you coming back?
Whenever he can lasso his dad and tie him to the car.
Oh. Let's see. John Keller says, don't get bloody, cut towards your buddy.
Pardon me, miss. You look like you would enjoy a side of pork or a piece of bacon.
I look like a meat eater to you.
What movie was that from?
Starman.
Yeah, most people don't know. That's how old we are. They go, what?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Oh, yeah. Overjoyed, yeah, it's not the Stepford wife thing, no. I mean, a lot of people think that, but it's not really.
The what?
The Stepford wife.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, you didn't even know what that was. I didn't explain it. It was a movie years ago. I'll explain it to you
Must
later.
be a female movie, a movie for girls. Guys hate that. Last time I was talked into going to a movie that was made for girls, I hated the movie. I was ready to leave halfway through the movie. I would get up and go out to the concession stand and stand out there. If they sold beer, I'd have sat out there and drank beer. It was called Bridges Over Madison County. That was not a Clint Eastwood movie. I don't know how they even suckered him into doing that.
It was my favorite movie. It still is my favorite movie. Yeah.
Speaking of that, I think he just had his 93rd birthday.
Probably.
It's hard to believe.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, y'all know, Buddy still got those baby teeth. And I said, everything else we get taken care of, but we just got to wait for those teeth to fall out. And I got to watch, because every once in a while he'll get me. And not even me, he won't even be biting, he'll just have his mouth open. And I just happen to have my arm in the way. And I said, I got real thin skin, so. But like I said, it's been interesting. But like I said, that'll all in time. I said, he'll get big enough that won't be a problem. A little bit at a time, things are kind of leveling out. You know, the potty training, we still have a boo-boo every once in a while, but we're getting better. I've learned his schedule, and so it's pretty good. But like yesterday he was off his schedule because of them working on him at the salon. But he's done pretty good, actually. And I said, now if I could just get him to quit jumping when he sees people. He loves people. Every time we see somebody, he looks for open garage doors when we walk. He looks to see if there's people because he wants to go say hi. And I'm hoping he stays that way. You know, our other dogs weren't that way. They were very protective of us, and they didn't let any other people around us. So I'm hoping he stays that way, because other than that, he's a pretty good dog. But like I said, I do have to watch those teeth. Yeah.
Samsung. So I see the name Samsung quite a bit. Like maybe that's like kind of the smart TV of choice
Yeah.
to everybody. I think that's what Linda got for her living room was a Samsung. And I think that's what Tommy's got down here is a Samsung. And basically, when you turn it on, it's just a whole row of apps. There's nothing else to do. You just click an app and just like cell phones, that the Samsung seems to have pretty fast Wi-Fi. It just immediately goes. With my stream sticks, Fire Sticks, depending on how old they are, they slow down, as you've seen in the bedroom. That
And you have to download the app. They're not on there. You have to download them.
no, they're on there. It's just that they slow down. Like in our bedrooms, you just like, God, it takes forever to get anywhere. So when I got a new one for my room, this one over here I threw away and took the one out of my room and put it in our bedroom over here. You notice how fast it's working compared to the other one.
Yeah.
Well, the new one I got is different. It's the same Fire Stick, but on the box now, I can turn the TV on and off and turn the volume up and down with the Fire Stick box.
Agent K says, is that a challenge coin?
I don't know what that is.
I don't have any idea.
Wonder if
It's
that's
really pretty though.
Wonder if that's anything like those coins we did on the, what'd you call it, when we have to go find stuff. There's an app. We go
Oh, geocaching.
geocaching. Remember we had a coin?
Yeah.
And then you go to a website and say where I found it. And we did a dollar bill, I think, or a silver dollar or something like that somewhere. And then a few months later, we're checking on it, and the damn silver dollar was in Australia.
Yeah.
And how I got down there, I have no idea.
Yeah, and I say maybe, we're not sure exactly, but it's really pretty.
Yeah, we used to get geocaching a lot with the granddaughters. That was something that everybody could do, and we didn't have to worry about them, as long as they didn't get lost in the woods. But we didn't generally do that. We did the cemetery ones
In parks and
and parks and things like that. Yeah, it was kind of fun. Matter of fact, the last time we was in Rockport, I downloaded the app, and we went out and did a couple of geocaches.
yeah. Jerry Harris says, love the Border Patrol hat. My dad has one and he gets funny looks all the time. He enjoys it. Yeah, I'm curious to see, what people think. Yeah. But if he has people, maybe he'll wear it the next ride along.
Maybe I'll wear it the next time Pedro comes to mow my grass.
Oh, no. Let's see. Oh, Brenda Billingsley says it's real gold, that's why it's heavy. It's a possibility.
What?
He says real gold, that's why it's heavy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen that before. But
Okay.
whatever it is, it ain't going nowhere. I'm going to put it in my collectibles in there, and I'm going to hang on to it.
Mm-hmm. And yes, awesome hats and keepsakes. Yes, they are.
Don't start.
Okay.
Stop.
Overjoy says, I think our housekeeper charged $50 a week back then. Yeah, back then she probably did. I doubt you get that right now. Janet Partika, here in Michigan, the bird song was like a concert. It eclipsed the eclipse.
Come here.
Well, nice. Yeah, it's getting spring up there, so I could imagine. Rizzo said it took our cleaning company over 12 hours to clean our house after the vacation rental. Yeah, that's that's something you have to consider if you rent out your properties. Down here, it's not quite as bad because this is a retirement area. So the people they rent to are usually older people, and they're usually pretty good about keeping things nice. But there are a few hiccups because Deb had one that rented from her that was a problem, and I think Kevin and Karen, I think they had one that was a problem when they had theirs rented. So there are a few hiccups, but normally
Here,
they say
get
they're older people and they don't
Go over there.
tear up as much.
Generally speaking, unless I just got lucky, I still say the mathematics for having a successful renter, is rent to age-appropriate people. And I don't think I think that takes 90% of your problems out. Older people aren't dirty. Older people, generally speaking, they don't have wild parties all hours of the night, but the Airbnbs and some of these others, and don't take what I'm saying wrong, I'm not bad-mouthing Airbnbs if they're done right. It's just that they rent a lot to spring breakers. This is not a spring breaker town, but they're turning it into one. Those are the problems right there, and those are the ones you're going to hear about. But
Joanne Clegg says they charge $30 an hour here.
$30 an hour, no matter what.
So that's why I said, depend on what you want done.
Well, when she does the house next door over here, she's usually over there at least 2 hours.
Yeah.
But I don't know what she's having done.
Well, I don't either. And I said,
But if I watch what she drags in the house, she does a lot.
Amy 13 says, as far as I know, you can pick what you want cleaned. Yeah, and that's why I said they have a whole list of things that they'll do.
My underwear?
I don't know if that's on there. I don't know if they do laundry.
Who do I call? Kim Samsu?
Anybody you want. Just don't call me. Ben Scarf says our cleaning person is $150 a month, vacuum, dust, and cleans kitchen and 2 bathrooms. That sounds about right. Yeah.
How much a month?
$150 a month.
$150 a month. Well, see, you got to add all this money up. $150 a month for that, $50 a month to mow your grass. $200 a month for your amenity fees. You start adding all this up, and that turns into a figure that's got a comma in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't get cheaper.
Well, I didn't say it did. That's the reason why guys get married, because we can't afford that stuff.
I know.
I'm going to get comments about everything I'm saying this time. I can hear it now.
Oh, yeah, you do.
I can't believe he said that.
Hey, Barbara. Wrestlers, most housekeeping companies have basic things they clean. You can then add a la carte items. Yeah, that's what I said. They have the basics. They have it written down.
Who said that?
Wrestler.
What does he know?
I know. He says he has Luann.
I was going to say, when he moves down here, I'm calling Luann and say, Wrestler told me to call you.
Well, he said she wasn't watching. Joyce says, I have a couple of neighbors who never learned to speak English. After living here for their adult life, I'm not in a heavy Hispanic population, and I have to wonder how they manage. It's funny that people do. Like I said, we run into a lot of people down here that don't speak really good English. And I said, it's like some of them, they do the text thing. Instead of talking to you, they'll text to you. Because they know how to text.
On Google, they got that language thing.
Yeah.
Where I say something, and I can set up what language I want it to be translated to, and they just back and forth like that. And cops do it.
Yeah, and so, it's all, and I said, what you want? Joanne says, yes, mine changes the sheets. My sister-in-law washes the floors on her hands and knees, but does not change the sheets. So it's
that's old time working.
Well,
right
it's
there.
what you ask for.
No, I'm talking about washing the floors on your hands and knees. My dad's mother used to do that. And then that's the last generation I know that done that.
Well, and that's the way I do my bathroom floors, because it's not worth taking everything out to do them.
Because my grandpa always had a saying, because they grew up basically poor, I think, during the Depression days. And he always told me growing up, he said, it's not a sin to be poor. He said, but it's a sin to be dirty. He said, because soap is cheap. And he was adamant on that.
Yeah. I wouldn't want him to come in here right now. I said, I wouldn't want him to come in here right now. I'm embarrassed. Some things I haven't cleaned in a while. So.
Yeah, everything was okay to me.
Well, I need to take these rugs out and
I always said my house looks lived in. If you don't want a house that's dirty, then don't live in it, because it's going to get dirty.
Oh, okay. And Rizzo says, yeah, the renters paid the cleaning company. Yeah, that would have been the thing to do. That's why you get those big deposits. Food Bus says, I've been watching Skippy for years, and he convinced me not to move to the Villages. Oh.
I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything.
Yeah.
Just so you know. I just tell you how I see it, and then it's information that you can use with other information you're getting, and you can weigh all that and decide, is it good, is it bad? But I have always said, if you're on the fence about anything, you owe it to yourself to at least do a lifestyle visit and then see for yourself. Because the hardest thing for anybody that knows anything about this place is try to explain the lifestyle here to a friend. It's almost impossible.
Yeah, it is. Because there's nothing like it. Not that I've run into anyhow. So, Eugene says, my wife and I are coming for a visit in July. We know what to expect for heat, but we wanted to come when it was less crowded and easier to learn the roads that way. Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. It will be warmer, but yeah, you will be able to get around a little
Money-wise,
more.
what's perfect is for somebody to come down in the middle of summer and see what it's like for a week or 4 days, whatever you got, and then also take another vacation and come down, say, in February and see what it's like.
Yeah.
And you'll really get a difference of what's going on.
Okay, Ann Welder says, I am cleaning my baseboards after we're finished here for the first time in 23 years. Very dusty. I will see where I'm going. Yeah, and I said, that's just, that's everyday dust. It's nothing that you do that makes it dirty. That's just everyday dust. And I said, and that's something you have to think. Not everybody thinks about their baseboards. But I said, I have the plantation shutters. And that's something that I need to work on right now. All my plantation shutters need cleaned. And I said, it's not something that you do every day, but it's
Not the
one of
one
those
in my
things.
room. I already cleaned it.
Well, the one, yeah. He already cleaned his.
I
He
cleaned
doesn't do
mine.
mine, he does
Yeah.
his. But yeah, it's stuff that you don't
Why
do
would it
every
need
day.
cleaned? It's never open.
Doesn't matter. I mean, have you
The windows are never open. You've never had that window open.
you've never seen dust in the house?
Nope. Not that amount to anything.
Well, yeah.
Stop it. He's barking at them birds.
Oh. Yeah. Let's see.
Buddy.
Oh, Joy said it wasn't just Eisenhower Rec Center. They had another one with mannequins in casual golf attire. It just seems so odd. They're just showing you some of the stuff that's available here, like with the golf
I
attire.
don't know what's so odd about it. You go into any clothing store and there's mannequins everywhere.
Oh, that's
You go
true.
into Walmart, there's mannequins.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd like to buy one of them and bring it home. I thought about it. Buy me a mannequin. So think about this. Next to me during news, I dress it up like Walter Winchell or somebody, put a mustache on it, put a beard on it, put a hat, and sit next to me while I'm doing the news. And every now and then look at it and say, what do you think? He's silent. He ain't saying anything.
Oh, Elizabeth Chamberlain says Skip YouTube has a Stream TV app. You can watch a variety of TV channels on it. I have it. I use it instead of cable. That's what we have.
We
too,
have it.
Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, we stream everything. We don't have cable anymore.
No, we don't have cable anymore. I don't think hardly anybody does anymore.
Yeah.
But we have the YouTube TV. Sue likes to watch because she likes to watch the local news live. And then there's a lot of other stuff on there. To be quite honest with you, I've only been on there like maybe a half a dozen times since the day when we ever had it. I very seldom ever go on there.
Yeah, but I know the thing about I want the news live. I want the weather today, not tomorrow, because we have hurricanes here. So I want to know live what's going on out around me. So
I always figure my phone will do that.
yeah,
Weather today.
yeah. Overjoy says I watched a tour of the apartment conversion of Katie Bell's. Very disappointing, poorly planned parking and floor plans. Commercial real estate conversion at its worst. I haven't seen that, but and I said and that would be unusual actually for here because they're pretty picky about this building that they do around here. So, but I'm gonna have to make a point of looking at that.
The thing that I kind of disagreed about, and I don't know how it ended up because I think, is it Lady Lake that had to approve it? Lady Lake commissioners? Whoever had to approve all that over there. My only argument when they first came out with the plans, how they was going to take the parking spaces in front of Katie Bell's and use it for private parking for people renting those apartments. That was my argument. That's a public road.
And then they changed it. So
It's not a public road?
No, I mean they changed the parking.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But that was my only argument. I said, how can you do that? How can you take a public road and let some private entity make money from a road the taxpayers are paying? And so, okay, they've changed it.
And
so.
the rents were $5,000 a month. Yeah, and that's just the location. I mean, you want to be here, you're going to have to pay to be here.
In the
That's the way it
wintertime.
is.
Rent's a lot cheaper in the summer.
Well, and normally it's like the lofts. They don't rent month to month.
What are you talking about? I thought you were talking about just renting a house in the
I was talking
wintertime.
about Katie Bell's, the apartments over Katie Bell's.
What about him?
That was there's a video out about the construction and everything, what they're doing, and she said that she thought it was shoddy and the
Well, I don't
parking
know.
was unthought of.
So if they're still working on it, it's not done?
I don't think so. I don't think
I
they're
would say wait
renting
till
yet.
they're done before you have an opinion, because they're generally kind of here like Disney World. They do things pretty much right. It's not going to be cheap, but they do things pretty much right. I always question the fact about being right across the street from a square. Who in the heck wants to listen to that noise? But, you know, I don't know. Maybe they're going to put soundproofing in there so you don't hear all that out there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of questions, isn't there?
Yeah. Oh, and Phil doesn't know when he's coming back yet. Okay. Janet Black says, I didn't get to answer your question the other day about the ladies' lunch. My house is off in Inverary, so maybe that's why I didn't get the invite. Is that outside the Cranes neighborhood? Yes. I think Inverary is, I don't know if that's with the Pioneers or there's a third one. I can't think of it now. But the Cranes is the 216 area, I think. And so that would have been outside of there. But you know what? You're welcome to come to lunch if you let me know. All I need is a head count. And a lot of times I have extra people come, and as long as I know how many to reserve for, that's fine. And I said, we'd be glad to have you. So just get a hold of me. And you have to send it to Skip's email. That's the only way to get a hold of me. Get a hold of me. And
Send it to me. I'm going to warn you right now. I just forward it to her
that would be fine.
because I don't get involved with it at all. So don't ask me any questions or comments about the ladies' lunch.
Yeah.
Because I'll ignore it. I don't have nothing to do with that.
But if you send him a message, tell him, you know,
I forward it to her.
yeah, to forward to me, then I'll get a hold of you and let you know, because it's always the last Thursday of the month at 11:30. It's just in different places, and so yeah, get a hold of me. We'd be glad to have you.
There's a lot of people goes to that ladies' lunch, right, that don't live here anymore. Barb is one.
Yeah, because we say once a Crane, always a Crane. So
Judy
you know,
P goes.
yeah, Judy P.
Linda
yeah, she
goes once in a while when she's here.
Yeah,
So
I use them.
they don't live here.
Yeah, and I said, as long as I have a head count,
Buddy.
that's all I need. Because a lot of people have family down and company, and I said, bring them along, you know, just let me know how many. So I need to know how many to reserve for. And I said, we'd be glad to have you.
They
Let's
say they
see.
charge $50 an hour in Venice. That's not here.
Oh, Venice, Florida?
I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea.
But it was way back, though. At $50 an hour, that was a long time ago.
I am way behind all the time.
Yes. Wrestler says you should go see the Barbie movie. It'd be your new favorite.
Where?
The Barbie movie.
I keep seeing pictures of it, and I just keep looking at it, wondering, other than children, who would go to that thing?
Oh, you'd be surprised. I hear people
I
all
can
the time.
see little girls wanting to go to it, and that's about it.
Well, I think it's a little bit more adult than what you think, but
Yeah, not for me.
they're just
I wouldn't
using
even-
a
I wouldn't
child's
even-
reference,
I wouldn't
basically.
even go in and see what it was.
some people just go to see Margot Robbie in Barbie clothes because it looks that good. Oh my. Yeah, I feel you need to bring your fudge.
Or Joyce says, I wouldn't want a crew of strangers cleaning my house. I can understand that. Because things here do happen. I've always said it. Know who you're hiring. And if you've got expensive jewelry and stuff, I don't care who comes clean your house. Hide it, put it in your pocket, lock it up. Don't leave it lay around.
Yeah, that is a problem you got to think about. You know, you don't want to leave a lot of valuables laying around. But if you've got a company that's licensed and bonded, especially, and a lot of them are, you know, then that's something that it'll be a little bit easier on your mind. If you hire somebody's neighbor's cousin down the road, you don't know unless you know them personally.
Put all your valuables in one small bedroom. And
Or
then tell them,
closet.
clean the house except that room.
Yeah.
No, nothing in there.
And that's what we'll have to do here. You can't clean the studio.
I do.
Oh, you do. But I mean, if I have a cleaner come in.
Oh, no, I don't want nobody in there.
That's
I don't
what I
want
said.
nobody in there.
Yeah, you
I got
don't
too
clean the
much stuff
studio.
in there. The little bump here, a little bump there, you could mess it up, and so I just don't let nobody in there.
Okay, and Laura says, I had to leave, but I'm back. I was locked out of my laptop when I returned from my meeting. Did they do that on purpose?
You know, seeing the gutter got me thinking, I need to get a hold of Stipes to see if he's got that building up yet. He promised me I'd get an exclusive video of that when they got ready to do the grand opening.
Yeah, well, he called you once and you wasn't ready, so you said you didn't want to take a picture of the empty lot.
No, that's what I told him. I said, like the day before a grand opening or the weekend before the grand opening, I said, I want to go over there with you. We can walk around the store. People won't be getting in the way, and he kind of explained things.
Yeah. Ann Welter says, I am 55 here in Minnesota. I clean one level a day for 3 days to get my house cleaned. Having MS tires me out. Yes, I understand. I have a little muscle problem myself, and
You got a 2-story house or a single level house? See, when we was in Hartford City, Indiana, that was the problem there. We had a 3-story house,
yeah.
and up and down the stairs all the time. It just, if you was in really, really good shape, it's probably not a big deal. It wasn't for me. But if you have any kind of medical issues, it can wear on you, because it seems like, I don't know, you get upstairs, no sooner you get up there and you say, well, I got to go back down again, I forgot this. And then you go back down there again. Then you come back up, and then you got to go back down there to take a shower and go to bed. I mean, just up and down stairs all day long.
Yeah. Rizzo says he thinks it's a $125 minimum price to clean a house. Yeah, probably some of the bigger companies, they do that, yeah.
But here, I'm not sure what it is, because here you get a lot of stuff done a lot cheaper than you do up north. Gutters on the house are cheaper here than you'll get them anywhere. Where else up north are you going to get your yard mowed for $40, $50 a month? Nowhere. So to say it costs $200 in an hour, say in Minnesota, I'm saying you're not going to pay near that here.
Oh, Barbara Ebner said, I wanted her to pull the lever up on that truck and run to Clint, the bridges in Madison County. Yes. Yes.
I thought it was degrading to old Clint. I felt sorry for him.
Oh, I just, like I said, it's my favorite. It really is. Skip Wilson says Skip does a lot better without any Apple updates.
Any what updates?
Without any Apple updates?
I haven't had any.
That's what he said, you do a lot better without any Apple updates.
I shut them off. I shut all the updates off.
Oh,
so
okay.
I can't automatically do it anymore. When we figured out the problem was your bad microphone, now that it's working, I'm not touching anything. Until, the thing that I'm expecting to go bad is that little white cord hanging out. Look how thin that thing is.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of time. That wire's going to break in there.
Well, I know my earphones was like that because it didn't take very long until they didn't work. He sees Freddie.
Huh?
I said, he sees Freddie. He hadn't seen Fred in a long time because Fred's been
I
sick.
see him over there.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing.
Spraying weeds.
It doesn't work. I've tried it.
Yeah.
But hey, it keeps him busy.
Meadow 37 says, my favorite video is still the night ride. Might you do that again?
I don't know. I mean, that was I can't. That was just the idea of that girl drunk, lost her dog or forgot her dog in a bar.
That was just
a whim. I mean, I just happened to be there when all that. I was going to the square to show you how the town here, the squares that start at 5 o'clock till 9 o'clock at night, and I was saying I'm going to go downtown and show you. It was like 9:30, I think. I'm going to show you how the town literally at 9:30 is dead. I mean, people just get in their carts and go home. That's it. You're done. And it just so happened that, I guess, what's that bar on the corner? Bluefin? It's got the outside bar right there. Bluefin. Is that Bluefin? Yeah, Bluefin. They were still serving there. I don't even think City Fire was open. People were leaving, but nobody was going in. But Bluefin, for some reason, that corner bar right there, I heard that noise. So I thought, I'm going to go over and see what this noise is. And that was the lady arguing with ladies, and then the bartender saying, I could understand him. The women were yelling in such a way, I couldn't understand what they were talking about. But the guy kept saying, says, ma'am, you forgot your dog. And that's when I turned the camera on, she forgot a dog. You know? And that was just an accident.
Oh, okay. Flycaster wants to know, what kind of tractor did you drive?
Tractor? Mm-hmm. I've driven all kinds. Peterbilt was probably one of my favorites. I've had Freightliners, I've had Kenworths. I bought 3 or 4 old big R trucks.
He may be talking about farming tractor. I don't know.
I don't either. I thought it was a semi-tractor.
It just said tractor, so.
Oh, I don't know what tractor you're talking about.
We don't know what kind of tractor you're talking about, Flycaster. Okay.
If you're talking about on a farm, basically it was John Deere. Most of them, because John Deere in Indiana prevalent for parts. You can
What
get
was
parts.
that one that made so much noise?
Huh?
I said, what was the one that made so much noise? It was an old one.
Oh, that was a John Deere. I had a John Deere 2-cylinder. That was my hay tractor for cutting hay and raking and that kind of thing. I just used the old 2-cylinder. You know, you can say what you want about them old 2-cylinders. They just run forever.
Yeah.
Buddy, quit.
Douglas Stokes
Hey.
is coming to the villages for 3 weeks this June. Well, you'll be in good company. There's a lot of people coming down in June and July. Because the prices, the prices on the rentals and all get cheaper. I think even the lifestyle visit is cheaper in the summertime because it's so hot here.
Well, how much is a lifestyle visit now? Well, the last I heard was like $99 a day, but I don't know.
I don't keep up with it, but I do
don't
think.
either.
But
Quiet.
so I thought in season it was a little higher, but
Come
maybe
here.
not.
Come here. I'm not playing this game all day. Come here.
Yeah, that's right. Overjoy says, I guess those renters wanted to get their money's worth on the cleaning fee. If using Airbnb, you get to rate the renters. Yes, they do. They rate the renters just like your Uber and Lyft drivers. You get to rate them, believe that or not. Yeah.
Somebody here put out a video. Now, I don't know if this is fake or not, but I did watch it. It wasn't very long, like a 2 or 3 minute video, that a driver came delivering packages to this lady's house. Apparently she ordered some stuff, had Uber or Lyft or somebody pick it up, bring it to her house. And she didn't give him a tip. And he was jumping all over. He said, ma'am, I make my living on tips. He said, I can't believe you had me pick this stuff up, bring it over here, and then you don't even want to give me a tip. She said, you're doing a job, and I paid on the app whatever they charge on the app. She said, I feel like I don't have to give you a tip if I don't want to. He said, well, I don't have to leave these packages here. He loaded the packages back up. Hey,
You see Fred.
he loaded the packages back up in his car and left. I just thought to myself, that was really rude of him to do that. Nobody owes anybody a tip. You might say, I deserve a tip. That's fine. But it's just like the waitresses here, or my servers, I guess now, yeah. And I tip well. I always have, because I know what it's like. You used to be a server, so I know what it's like. But I don't have to.
Yeah.
And especially if they do what California's doing, raise minimum wage to $20 an hour. There's already been a bunch of restaurants in California announced that they're closing their doors because they just can't do that. And but that's a cancer. California is a cancer to America because a lot of places look at that going, that's a good idea, and then they do it here. So, and I think, wasn't it like 5 or 6 years ago that they tried that $15 an hour thing here at some of the restaurants, and then it just kind of disappeared.
I don't know what they make. I never ask.
Most of them, well, years ago it used to be they got minimum wage.
Yeah.
And then tips.
But do you know what minimum wage is right now? I don't.
Well, I know because I don't work anymore.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, my point is nobody is guaranteed a tip. That's what it's called, a tip. And if somebody doesn't give you a tip, there's a reason why, I suppose, whatever it may be. Maybe they just can't afford it. I don't know.
Yeah. Now, normally, when I've used them, it's always been on the site itself. Do you want to leave a tip?
Well,
Or
there's
they
a
have
lot of
certain-
restaurants there. We've been to them on our Patreon lunches and stuff. If you have so many people,
Yeah, over 8
they
people.
automatically put the tip on the ticket, and I'm good with that myself.
When I think DoorDash, I think they automatically put a tip on there when you order from DoorDash.
See, I'm not sure I agree with that. DoorDash is telling you you're going to pay part of his salary, and I don't know if I like that or not. Even if it's bad service, DoorDash doesn't.
But you don't have to use them. That's the whole thing. You don't have to use them, but they're making sure that they do get a tip.
Well, I don't know. Anyway, I just saw that video, and it made it look like it was here somewhere, but I don't know that.
Oh, my wrestler says every time I visit Skip and Sue, we have to use Google Translate app to talk to Skip. Use the trucker talk language settings. So
He has to set it for trucker language.
talking to Sue is no problem. Just run when she does that eye roll. You got it, wrestler. Oh, goodness.
Good God, Phil. You're driving me nuts. Did you read that? Jose Martinez, Eduardo, Manuel Garcia, Hinosa Pedro Gonzalez was arrested last night. Good God.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Flycaster says Pete from Just a Few Acres Farm said he was told to use a colander to view the eclipse. His eyes were strained. I did see on one of the morning talk shows, one of the morning news shows, the lady had a colander there with her. She showed several, she showed the paper thing that Skip was talking about. They used to show you in school to put a pinhole in it and everything. But she said to use the colander not to look at the sun, but to view the shadow of the sun, to turn your back to the sun and view the colander to view the shadow of the sun as the eclipse went across. That's what they said on the news anyhow. Now,
We learned that in grade school. Poke a hole in the cardboard.
but he said he was told to use a calendar to view the eclipse. His eyes were strained. Do you know what a colander is?
No.
It's a strainer.
Okay.
So it says his eyes were strained.
Oh, it's a joke.
It takes him a while, Flycaster. Barbara wants to know if Fire Stick's better than regular TV.
Huh?
Is Fire Stick's better than regular TV?
It's like having cable without cable, kind of, and you just pick the app you want to watch. Like, you got a YouTube app if you want to watch stuff on YouTube, or you can go to Netflix, which there's a monthly fee for that, but I think that's one of the best deals on TV, really.
Yeah, if you remember, with cable, you had a package. You paid for a package of certain things. With the Fire Stick, you can do Netflix and Prime, but you don't have to have the Golf Channel or the Cooking Channel.
No.
Where like I said, with cable, you had these packages. You had to buy the whole
And there's
thing.
also, if you're budget minded, there's probably, and I'm just guessing here, at least 10 or 15 on Fire Stick that's absolutely free. It's got all kinds of TV shows on it and movies, and don't pay nothing. Netflix, I think, is one of the best because there's no commercials on anything on Netflix. And it's like $9 a month, $12 a month. It's not a huge amount at all. So I probably watch more Netflix than I do anything. The YouTube TV is probably the most expensive thing that we get, and it's like $70 a month. But it's got live news, up-to-date news, all this kind of stuff on there that she likes to watch. I don't hardly ever watch it.
Renee Gonzalez says, turn your package over. I don't know if it's showing the address or whatever.
Oh, I know. You probably open
We
up
have
this
another
one, it's
package.
too late. Yeah. This is from Agent K. Oh, he was on here, wasn't
Yeah. I don't know if
Agent
he's still
K.
here, but Agent K, we
God,
got to
Agent
you.
K. This is like Fort Knox in this thing.
Love it. That's the way I do packages. I make sure that they're not going to come undone. No. And also when I send a card, I send birthday cards and that kind of thing. I know one of the ladies here had a birthday party Sunday. And we went to her birthday party and her card, and I always put confetti in the card. So when they open it, they get confetti all over. My kids are smart. They open it over the sink or the trash can now. They don't just open it and get surprised. But
I'd get one of them blow-up things.
oh, cool. Notre Dame.
Notre Dame! That's an Indiana team.
Very good, very good. Thank you, Agent K. That's one they didn't have.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I am not rooting for any more games because both my teams lost. The ladies' games, the Iowa game, they lost, and Purdue lost to Connecticut. So, like I said, I'm not rooting anymore because it ruins them.
Did you see, speaking of that, my cousin's wife, she's a big fan of, who won the Super Bowl?
Kansas City
Kansas City. What's the name of the team?
Chiefs.
Chiefs. And so right after the Super Bowl, the Chiefs said, we need to build a new stadium. They all do this. After the game, we're the champion. We need a new stadium. So it was going to cost, I think they said, $2 billion to build a new stadium they wanted to build. The owners of the team says, we'll cough up $1 billion. but we want the taxpayers to pay the other $1 billion because it brings in income, blah, 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 blah. So they opened it up for vote. And guess what? They voted no. No more of the taxpayers paying for a stadium for your own private entity, and they said no. Now, personally, I know a lot of the sports people are going to say that's wrong, that's blah, 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 they bring all this money in. Personally, I applaud that. Since when is taxpayers responsible for building you a house?
Yeah, it's kind of odd. But, you know.
They did it in Indianapolis.
Yeah, but you know what happens? I said, that's when the big sports teams that are winning, they go somewhere else. That's what happened in California. You know, the 49ers, they're used to being in one town, they'll move to another town if you don't build on that stadium. So, you know, if you like the idea of them being winners.
Indianapolis did one thing even further than that, other than the bonds and everything. They had a special tax on any food that was inside of the, I think,
food and beverage.
Was it Marion County?
No, actually, we ended up paying for it too.
Well, they had so many counties that was paying the special tax that went toward building the new Hoosier Dome. Hoosier Dome? Or was that was the old one, Hoosier Dome? Well, I'll call it the Hoosier
I
Dome.
don't know.
To build a new one. And by the way, it's not that good looking anyway. It looks like a big barn. But anyway, to build that. Well, there was a big controversy about that because they said, after doing the study, they said 70% of the people that come to the major games comes from beyond these counties. They come in to the games and they're not paying this tax. So there's no winning. I'm telling you, there's just no winning.
Yeah. Oh, Laura says she's come to the Villages for 8 days in July. She says she needs a vacation. Yeah, come on down, honey. Get a hold of us when you get down. We'll
Who's
go
coming
lunch.
in?
Laura.
Oh, Laura Lamp?
Yeah.
She's been here before. She knows her way here.
But she needs a vacation.
Oh. Get out of that cold weather?
Yeah. Let's see.
Ain't she about ready to retire, though?
Yeah.
Like within
In
the next
another year or so,
year
yeah.
or so?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's come down. Does she have a place here yet?
No.
So she's still looking.
She's still looking. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's see. How far behind are we? Laura says, my dad had serious falling issues the last few months before he passed. Yeah, and it's, they said when you get older, that balance thing is really, really important. I'm one of those talking points. My balance is not good because my muscles are not good. And so it doesn't take very much for me to fall. And so I have to be very careful. Used to, I'd do anything. I was a tomboy. So I would climb anything, go anywhere, but I have to be careful about what I do now because, as y'all seen, I fell and broke down. Broke a lot. So I can't do that anymore.
Hey, is Phil not coming back? Because I think we were getting ready to plan another members lunch.
He said maybe another 10 days or so.
Oh, I was going to say, because he has to bring Phil's fudge.
Well, yeah. Well, and that's what he said. He has a lot of fudge to give
I
out.
can say that's kind of like become a staple now. Everybody expects it.
Yeah, and the new stuff he's got is pretty good.
Yeah, he's got some fudge that's pretty good.
Okay. Overjoyed says
If you don't drink, you wouldn't want none of his fudge. Let me put it to you that way.
I guess the apartments are done. Said they're complete and renting them out. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
I did not know they were already at that point.
I do remember
so.
on the news where I said that they were taking applications up there at that time. And that's probably been a month ago I reported that.
Yeah, she said
But I've
large west-facing windows with 12-foot ceilings. Wonder
Yeah.
what the utility bills will be like.
I have no idea anything about that. That's all inside information that you have to go up and ask the people showing you the stuff and, you know.
And Barbara Ebner said, we rented in October and we left it cleaner than when we found it. I always treat people's homes like my own. Most people do.
Yeah, most people do.
You always get that one,
Yeah.
And I said, the one that Deb had, they actually brought a dog in which they weren't supposed to have any pets, but they bought this big German Shepherd, and he tore things to pieces. And so, and they didn't know, once they rent it out, as long as they don't have a problem, you don't go there all the time and check on them. And they didn't know that they had this dog in the house. And I said, once they moved out, and they had to make them move out once they found out about the dog and the damage that he'd done. But yeah, that's why you charge those big deposits, stuff like that. It doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen.
Okay, wrap it up.
Okay.
Coming up on 2 hours. By the way, what's his name sent me an email a while ago saying he received that magazine. Appreciate it. I never know when people receive a magazine because you know shit gets lost in the mail.
Okay. Let me see. Okay. Well, I guess we're getting close to that time, guys. If you're not doing anything this weekend, they have free small group lessons at. I had that and I forgot. Yeah, they're doing free small group lessons at Bradenton, and that's corn toss, bocce, shuffleboard, and masters tennis. If you want to learn how to do those, and I've thought about the bocce myself, or not the shuffleboard. I think this is the outside shuffleboard. I think I'd like to do the table shuffleboard. Lessons start at 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Friday, the 12th, at Bradenton Recreation, and it's. You know, that way, if you haven't tried that stuff, that's one way to learn how to do something. Also, and this is coming from the Rec News, Wednesday, April 17th is the Muds having an outdoor concert at La Hacienda Recreation. If you know where that's at, you know where that back is, or the big porch, and then they've got the water, and I said you can watch, sometimes you can get to watch the sailboats, but you can also see the concert from the street. But yeah, that's a couple things you can do over the weekend. And there was one more thing, I think. Let me find it. I didn't write it down, I just brought the paper out. You know.
His buddy disappeared too.
He probably went to bed. Okay, let me see.
Oh, there he is. I see him. He just walked in his cage.
Okay, there's something called I Can Do That Craft. And it's got handmade cards, quilting, jewelry and purses, woodwork, and much more. And that will be at Laurel Manor. It'll be Friday the 12th from 9 to 1 at Laurel Manor Recreation. That's just something to do over the weekend if you ain't got anything in mind. And I said you can always check out the farmers market on Saturday at Brownwood. And they also have the Mercado, I can't say that, Mercado at Spanish Springs on Saturday, which is their version of the farmers market. But they also have vendors there that have crafts and things, and not just the farmers market. Matter of fact, I was kind of disappointed when I went because they didn't have as many vegetables that I was looking for. So I went back to Brownwood. But they do have a lot of, they're picking up vendors all the time because they had quit for a long time having anything there, and then they started up again on Saturday. So they're picking up vendors all the time. So there may be more there than was last time I was there. But that's something I always go on Saturday. I always go to the farmer's market and pick up my tomatoes. But yeah, something to do over the weekend. It's going to be beautiful weather. I see we're going to get some rain tomorrow. But after that, it's going right back to like what it is today. It's going to be in the 80s, and it's going to be beautiful here. So enjoy.
Oh, you done?
And see you on the other side.
I feel like we got a 2-year-old kid around here with all these squeaky toys.
Squeakers and balls. And